The Fat Controller preferred steam engines on his railway, but he liked diesels because they could pull either coaches or trucks. "You're versatile," he would say to them. "Real mixed traffic engines." Boko and Bear were proud of this, but James was not impressed. He liked these two diesels, but he treated all others with deep suspicion. "Diesels don't use coal and water," he would say darkly. "How can you trust an engine that isn't normal in his habits?" Visiting diesels sometimes boasted about how special they were. Usually, Boko and Bear had to spend the next day smoothing ruffled feelings. One day, a particularly haughty diesel came from the other railway. When the visitor found that he was supposed to share the shed with steam engines, he stopped outside in disgust and refused to go any further.
"Why on earth does your controller keep such out-of-date objects?" he growled rudely. "Dirty, smoky, slow things. Blech!"
He shuddered delicately.
"On our railway," the diesel continued loftily, "steam engines are kept strictly in their place and not allowed on the main line without special permission."
Boko, who was showing the diesel around, lost patience. "Stay outside then if you're so proud about it. I'm going to join my friends." James was upset. "I hope it's cold tonight and he can't start in the morning. At least someone might want to preserve us. Who'd need him? Old stuck-up." The engines were glad when morning came. They went to fetch their trains as early as they could, and the visitor was left all alone.
"That's better," he purred to himself. "How can an engine rest in all that hissing and clanking?"
The cleaning supplies were in the part of the shed which Boko and Bear shared. Old Stuck-Up was so full of self-importance that he had forgotten that he'd need cleaning and refueling before he went home. It was getting late when he remembered.
"If I go in now while the shed is empty, no one will know I've been."
He scuttled forward quickly, too quickly. The rails where Boko and Bear had stood were oily, and when he tried to stop, he couldn't.
"Brake blocks and buffers, I'm slipping!"
The diesel was not badly damaged, but a dreadful draft came through the hole in the wall. When the other engines came home, they heard the story from Douglas, who had cleaned up the mess.
"Ho, ho, ho,"
chortled Henry.
"Old Stuck-Up became unstuck, did he? I say, Boko, what is it the Fat Controller calls you?"
"Versatile, but that isn't what he called Stuck-Up. I couldn't hear all he said, but I don't think it sounded very polite." The engines laughed, but James was still upset. Good riddance, he got what he deserved. The incident had only furthermore hardened James's opinion on diesels. But that's another story.